Today I've got mainly just a little stack of box rummage cards, random cards I found digging through my boxes. But first up, I want to show you guys this. I got a while back, I got a pack of 79 O-Pee-Chee. So here's the pack, an unopened pack. Of course, you're going to save the pack. And I got a couple of pretty good cards. Most of the cards were, your quote unquote commons. But I did get a couple notable cards, so I got this Blue Jays team card, which I think is pretty fitting given that I got the Canadian tops, that I'd get a Blue Jays team card. So as you can see, this is really crispy and fresh out of the pack, but very off-centered and also featuring that distinct O-Pee-Chee rough cut. So my two biggest cards are pretty good. I got Lou Brock. Again, off-center, rough cut on the right side there, but I actually like the rough cut. I think it's a nice look. Well, I guess it's also rough cut on the left there, as you can see. Um, I will say there is a limit. So my other good one that I got was the Thurman Munson. So stark white, crispy crescent fresh, but off center again. Look at that left side. I mean, that is so off center and rough cut, crazy. But Thurman Munson, great card. And of course, with French text on the bag as well, because it's O-Pee-Chee. All right, so I'm just going to get into. So, like I said, these are random cards that I got digging around my boxes. Just found some pretty cool stuff in my boxes that I forgot about. Oh, but before that, actually, first I did get another mid 70s Calby. This is a nice one of Hanshin Tigers catcher Koichi Tabuchi. I really like this one in his catching gear. And actually, the back on this one is a stunner too, stark white. So anyway, let's go through these random rummage cards. I found this nice first Bowman of Roman Anthony. I guess this guy's a pretty promising Red Sox prospect. Might become, or they're hoping, of course, he might become part of kind of a young core for the team going forward. I know they have a few promising prospects. So, and then this one, I actually have the refractor of this card, but I found the base as well. Aaron Judge, um, having himself a start to the year. Of course, Judge is not using one of the torpedo bats. He's still hitting 545 with a 2.4 something OPS. Was it 4 or 5 home runs already? So that's a pretty nice card. Like I said, these are just random that I pulled. They're all over the place. Got a Jalen Hurts relic card. And this one of Yohei Oshima for the Chunichi Dragons. This is actually a parallel. I really like this insert set. This is from 2024 BBM, the first version. This Japonism. Um, I think it's Japonism. I think because Japon is Japon is like Japan in Spanish, is it not? I don't know if that's why it's like that, but anyway. Out of 100, Oshima is a pretty decorated veteran for the Dragons. And what I like about these is the surface, the finish on here kind of looks like washi or Japanese paper. It kind of has that effect, so it's a pretty cool, unique effect. Found this purple Bowman's Best Matt Chapman, pretty nice. Got this Yandy Diaz out of 25. Found this in a box with those looking eyes emoji. And I got a Nathaniel Lowe black from just regular Tops. Pretty cool to have a black of a fairly notable player. Nathaniel Lowe definitely not a nobody player. And the blacks, right? They're numbered pretty low out of 69 this one. Of course, there was the big controversy, the big hoo-ha about they left the blacks out like they were going to discontinue them, and then I guess they went back on that. So Series 2 is going to have Series 1 blacks in it too. Is that what I heard? And this one, man, I was like pretty surprised to find this. Here's an Austin Wells auto. This is, well, it's supposed to be the gold refractor. Um, the B in the back is gold. Can't say I love that design choice. I think this should be a little more gold if it's the gold refractor. But Austin Wells, I mean, he's pretty much established himself as the Yankee catcher, so. And I got a couple sumo cards. I also found here's a nice one that's also, I guess you could say, so a sumo wrestler in the news. This is Takayasu, and Takayasu was the runner-up at the March tournament that finished a few days ago. Takayasu is kind of a hard luck wrestler. He's a long tenured veteran, but he's never won a tournament. But he's come really close many times. I think, don't quote me on this, I think he might actually have the modern record for most times with a runner up without ever actually winning a title. And this time, Takayasu lost to this guy, Onosato. Onosato, of course, the guy in the back, in the black. Onosato, I talked about him a little bit in my video with the Banzuke or the ranking chart. If you saw that one, Onosato is kind of Japan's golden boy of sumo. The short version is that the sport of sumo has been, for like all of the 21st century, has just been dominated by Mongolians, and there hasn't really been a strong Japanese Yokozuna or Grand Champion. But Onosato is something of a prodigy. He's already won 3 cups, and it was indeed Onosato who defeated Takayasu in the last tournament. So, all right, moving on. Oh, we got some football. This is a pretty awesome card. I found this Amon-Ra St. Brown sitting in a box, and this is a rookie out of 99 from Absolute. I like the color match on. Actually, let's get this out of the penny sleeve. Yeah, that looks a little better. Or maybe not. I don't know. There we go. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know his older brother played for my Packers, but he is definitely a better player than I think his older brother is out of the NFL. But Amon-Ra St. Brown's pretty good. I was happy to find this one in a pretty sweet color match for the Tigers. Or the Tigers, the Lions. Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. And then I got another Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is from 2024 Elite. I really like Elite as the brand. They always have really nice texturing, and they're just really well made, nice looking cards always. And always kind of like you see that little spinning kind of brushed aluminum kind of Dufex pattern, man. Elite's a great brand. So this one's numbered to 349. And then I got a couple more here, a couple more Japanese cards. I found this one nice to find in a box of Shunpeita Yamashita, who is a pretty good pitcher. I should say pretty talented pitcher with a lot of talent. He did have a pretty rough year last year, but he's big and tall, is a fireballer. Definitely one I'm sure Major League Scouts have their eye on. Coming out of the Buffaloes, which are just something of a pitching factory. So we'll see what Yamashita does this year. He's kind of a tandem with another great pitcher on the, or I should say, one that is more established as a great Hiroya Miyagi. But yeah, Yamashita in the sparkly version. Got a couple more Japanese cards. I found these neat Samurai Japan cards. So here's one of Kensuke Kondo. Kensuke Kondo has always been a pretty good player, but then he basically went to Driveline and added power to his game, and now he's a spectacular player. He's one of those guys. We'll never see him in the major leagues, which is unfortunate, but also, kind of neat. I think it's good that a player of his caliber just stays in Japan. So this is from 2020, I think. Yeah. And then I have two of Hayato Sakamoto, another player who is kind of in the same mold of Kondo, where he's one of the very well. He at this point Sakamoto's really old, but he's the Yomiuri Giants' longtime shortstop, and he is of course on the tail end of his career now, and so he's another one, kind of a great that will never have played in the major leagues, but that is cool. And then I got this one I found, and I just kind of had a feeling that it might be a card of interest or note. I was just digging. So in BBM, they do these first pitch cards, which are neat. They highlight, people who throw out the first pitch at games. And this is Mayu Iwatani, and I don't really know her, but she's a pro wrestler. And so I kind of thought that she's a pro wrestler. I'm pretty sure this might be actually a card of interest. And I was right. It definitely gets some looks on eBay and things like that. So pretty neat card to have. I've got a bunch of these. I dug out ones that are athletes from other sports who throw out the first pitch and things like that. I think they have some other ones, maybe comedians or actors or things like that. But um, all right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Peace.